and welcome to another Tyler and Eli's Fantasy Football Tips podcast. I am your host, Tyler Boloski. Let me introduce to you tonight our co-host. He is 0-7 versus me in Madden, but he's 3-0 versus Mommy. I give you Eli Boloski.
I'm good at Madden, but he's better than me at Madden.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So, now that we got the Madden stories out of the way, let's get into our podcast tonight, guys.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop is right. Tonight we are going to be talking about our top 10 quarterbacks for this season. Any news and notes this week?
Not really.
Nope, nothing new in the NFL world. Still quiet before the storm with training camp. However, there's news on our end, on our podcast. We now have an official website.
Yes.
Just launched that up. We got that ready to go. It is you can find it at Tyler and Eli's fantasyfootballtips.blogspot.com. It'll be loaded up after their show is loaded up, so check it out. And tonight, since we're talking about the top 10 quarterbacks, you can find on their website the top 32 starters. We ranked every single starter for the season. So go and check that out after the podcast.
Yeah.
So let's just dive right into our top 10 rankings for quarterbacks tonight. Looking over our list, it seems like we have pretty much the same kind of players, maybe mixed up a little bit.
Yeah.
So let's just start with number one. Who do you have for number one quarterback?
I have Cam Newton as number one.
Cam Newton from the Carolina Panthers.
Because last year he did amazing. He's a probably top 20 running back. He's pretty good. He's got he's got really good targets, and I think he's gonna do a lot of damage this year.
He will do a lot of damage. I have him as number 2, and we'll get to him. But first, I have Aaron Rodgers as number 1, and we talked about this during our prep. Why do I have Rodgers over Newton? Because I really did like Newton last month, but I like Rodgers. I like his targets better. I like Jordy Nelson. I like Randall Cobb. I like Eddie Lacy. And the tight end Jared Cook and Rodney Rogers. I'm not saying I don't like Greg Olsen or Calvin Benjamin for the Panthers, but I do.
Ted Ginn Jr. He's good.
He is good. I do like Aaron Rodgers a little bit more. However, I do like the fact that Cam Newton is a really good runner, so he'll get a lot more points there.
Mm-hmm.
But Rodgers' wide receivers will, for me, overshadows all of that. So number 2, I have Cam Newton for the same reason Eli said. He's going to be good. He's going to break out again with his running style. He has a cannon for an arm. His targets are pretty good. But I have him at number 2. Eli, who do you have at number 2?
I have Big Ben Roethlisberger at number 2. And I have him as my blow-up. He is going to just blow up during the season because look at his targets. He has Antonio Brown, Marcus Wheaton, Latavius Green, and even Le'Veon Bell a little.
Le'Veon Bell, yep, and D'Angelo Williams.
Yeah.
Eli mentioned the blow-ups. At the end of the show tonight, we're going to be talking about our blowouts, our busts, and our sleepers, so we'll get to that in a little bit. So we'll just keep that in mind with our blow-ups. Yeah, Big Ben's good. I like Big Ben. I have him ranked a little lower, but number 3, I have Drew Brees. I think Drew Brees he's a solid quarterback. He's throwing up 4,000-plus yards every single year, throwing up 30, 40 touchdowns every year. So I like him. He's very consistent.
There's one thing that you said that I think is true. He is very, very consistent.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback. I like him. He's good in the real game. He's good in fantasy points. He'll get you 20, 25 points plus every single week. So I have him at number 3. Eli, who's at your number 3?
I have Aaron Rodgers at number 3. He like you said, he has great targets. And I think he's a great player.
He is. Yep.
And I think the Packers really like to pass the ball.
Okay.
And he's just they have to throw the ball too, so he's gonna throw it to Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, and their tight end.
You're right, and he does run the ball a little bit. I mean, last year he had 340 yards with a rushing touchdown. The year before that, 260 running yards with 2 touchdowns. And this year, he'll probably get another 2 touchdowns, 200 yards. So he can run the ball. Not like Cam Newton, though. I mean, Cam Newton's 600 plus with 5 to 10 touchdowns every year. So,
yeah.
So Aaron Rodgers can run the ball a little bit. They try not to let him because he's not that fast. But
Eddie Lacy's faster.
Yeah, he is. He is the running back.
Yeah.
All right, so who do you have for number 4?
I have Tom Brady at number 4. I think he's going to do great this year. Because he has Julian Edelman, and he has, obviously, Gronk.
Mm-hmm.
Gronk is going to tear it up, too.
Yeah, I also have Brady at 4. Even with the 4-game suspension coming down, it's not official yet, but I'm not scared of that. If you
Why
draft,
should you be?
well, because he's going to miss the first 4 games. That's that's going to be about.
If you can get a backup quarterback, like let's say Jameis Winston or Andy Dalton or even Derek Carr, which we're going to mention, that'll be great. I mean,
That's a great 4-week filler. And I think we mentioned that last week with our draft. If you can get a
Yeah.
solid 4-week filler, you're not going to miss Brady at all. But once Brady comes back, he's going to be tearing it up. He's going to be mad. He's going to throw 6 touchdowns a game. I like Tom Brady. I think he's probably the second, if not the first greatest quarterback of all time. Now he's got 4 rings. He's been to 6 Super Bowls.
he's tied. All he needs is to pass one more touchdown, and he'll beat the record of career touchdowns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I saw something like that. Yeah, I think you're pretty accurate with that, or something. There's some stat like that he's going to be passing. Yeah. No, I also know it's career wins too. He needs 14 more career wins. But yeah,
He can do that.
Yeah, definitely. You can't go wrong with Tom Brady. He's going to put up easily 20 to 25 points a game in your regular season.
Yeah.
So go with Tom Brady at 4. Now, when we're doing our top 10, that doesn't necessarily mean these are going to fall in the draft like this, because I've seen Tom Brady fall all the way in the 8th round and have Big Ben drafted before him, have Andrew Luck drafted before him. These are just our rankings. This is where, if I'm drafting these quarterbacks in my order.
Yeah.
I would obviously take Big Ben if he's still there and Brady's gone, but I'd rather have Brady than Big Ben, and Eli would rather have Big Ben than Brady. So that's how we're doing our rankings. That's how we do it. And you'll see more of our rankings on our website.
And I'm doing my rankings as if, would I draft this guy over this guy? If I say no, then I'll put that guy higher than the other guy. If I say yes, I'll put him lower.
Exactly. All right, so let's go on to the quarterback number 5. Who do you have at number 5, Eli?
I have Eli Manning at number 5.
And why do you have him at 5?
Because he's got OBJ, he's got Victor Cruz, he's got the rookie Sterling Shepard, and he's got Will Tye. He's got great targets. He's a great player. He's just really great. I think he's gonna do a lot of damage.
He is going to do a lot of damage this year. I have him at 6, but I have Big Ben at number 5, Ben Roethlisberger at 5. For the same reasons. He has excellent targets. He can run the ball. He really can't run the ball. He has about 30. He's got about 60 yards total for the last 2 years. So
the thing about Eli Manning is that. Wait, were you talking about Big Ben?
Big Ben, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But Eli Manning can't run the ball either. They don't really allow him to run. He's not the fastest. He'll run. Both of them will run if they have to.
Yeah.
And then since we're talking about Eli Manning, I have him at 6. Same thing. I like Eli at all his wide receivers are going to be amazing. I think he's going to. I'll give it away now. He's my blow up player. I think he's going to throw for close to 5,000 yards.
Yeah.
40 touchdowns. I think. If you can get Eli Manning for your team, and Rodgers and Cam Newton and Drew Brees are gone, I'd go after Eli Manning. He's gonna crush it this year, I think.
And then Eli Manning, but the thing about Eli Manning is that he throws interceptions a lot.
He does throw a lot of interceptions. That's the only thing that really scares me.
But other than that, I mean, he's great.
He is great. This is his second or third year now in the new passing offense that they have, so I think he's going to do amazing. So I have number 6, Eli Manning. Who do you have at number 6, Eli?
I have Russell Wilson at number 6.
All right, why do you have him up there?
Because he can run the ball, too. He has good receivers. He's got Jimmy Graham a little bit. He's good.
He's coming off an injury, so he'll be back.
Yeah. And he's got Tyler Lockett and Doug Baldwin.
Notice how you put Tyler Lockett before Doug Baldwin. Are you changing your ways and thinking on Tyler Lockett?
No.
No? You put him first. I just thought maybe you'd like him a little bit more.
No.
We still have that candy bar bet.
Candy bars.
So, all right. So that was number 6. Number 7, I have Carson Palmer for the Arizona Cardinals. I think he's gonna do amazing again this year. His targets are Larry Fitzgerald, John Brown, and Michael Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all pretty much the same wide receiver that we talked about earlier in a couple episodes ago. But he's going to put up another 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns. Their offense is just going to smoke everyone again this year. I mean, they play in a very weak division other than the Seahawks. But I think Palmer's going to have another good year. He's coming off a second year of not being injured, so that's helpful.
Yeah.
He's always seems to be injured, but last year he was doing great. This year, if he can stay healthy, he's going to be a good quarterback. I have him at 7. Who's at your 7?
I have Andrew Luck at 7 because he's got T.Y. Hilton. He's got the tight end. His name isn't coming to me right now, but
Dwayne Allen.
Dwayne Allen, yes. And I think the only thing is that he's not consistent. He's always injured.
He did get injured for most of the year last year, so that hurt his fantasy points. This year, everyone's saying he's going to bounce back. He's going to be healthy. They got I can't think of his first name, but their second receiver is Dorsett.
Philip
Dorsett, T.Y. Hilton. I have Luck at number 8, so we're right there, right beside each other, 7, 8.
Yeah.
There's a good spot for Andrew Luck to be ranking in our rankings, and exactly, he can run a little bit. He can obviously sling the ball. Yeah, he had 200 yards, 275 yards rushing, a couple of touchdowns on the ground for Luck. He's got great running. He's got great wide receivers and Frank Gore catching the ball out of the backfield. If everyone can stay healthy, I think the Colts are going to go deep this year in the playoffs. They have the team for it.
Yeah, they don't have a good running game though. I don't think.
Well, yeah. Well, Frank Gore, he's getting old.
He's iffy. He's a little iffy.
Yeah, he's good for 1,000 yards, but he's getting old. He's like 32, 33, and for the NFL, that's old. I mean, I'm 34 and I'm not old, but I'm not getting pounded and tackled every other day.
Yeah.
All right, so who do you have at number 8? I have Luck. Who do you have at 8?
I have Drew Brees at number 8.
All the way down at number 8. I have him at 3, and you have Brees at 8. Why is that?
Because I think he has good wide receivers, but I think Eli Manning's wide receivers are better.
Okay.
And all those are ranked above Drew Brees.
So you have him at 8, but you think that Andrew Luck is better? You think Russell Wilson's going to be better this year?
Yeah.
Like you'd rather have those guys than Drew Brees on your team?
Probably.
Yeah, that's hey, it's your rankings, it's your opinions, your thoughts, and that's what it's all about. You know, our slogan is, whose side are you on? Whose opinion?
Whose side are you on?
Whose opinion do you like better? Mine, Eli's, your own. That's why we want comments and questions and concerns on our email at Tyler and Eli fftips@gmail.com. Send them to us. Who do you agree with? Who don't you agree with? All right, so number 9. Who's at number 9 quarterback?
I have Andy Dalton at number 9.
Cincinnati Bengals, Andy Dalton.
Where did you rank Russell Wilson?
I have him at number 9, Russell Wilson at 9. But let's get back to Andy Dalton.
What a coincidence.
Oh, coincidence? Why is that a coincidence?
I didn't know Russell Wilson was at number 9.
Oh, okay. But let's get back to Andy Dalton real quick, and we'll go to my Russell Wilson at 9. Andy Dalton, go.
Andy Dalton, I think he's gonna do really good this year. He has good wide receivers. Although Marvin Jones left and Mohamed Sanu left, so that hurt him. But he still got AJ Green and Jeremy Hill and
Tyler Eifert.
Tyler Eifert, except he's injured, but so that's hurt.
He'll be back though. He'll be ready.
Back.
Yeah, I have Andy Dalton just outside of my top 10, right around 14, 15. But we're still pretty close with that.
Yeah.
Couple picks off, rankings off. But I have at number 9. I have Russell Wilson. I think that them losing Marshawn Lynch is going to hurt them a lot because now the running game has taken a hit. I mean, I like Thomas Rawls, but it's going to take a hit, which means there's going to be more pressure on Russell Wilson. It means they're going to have to throw the ball more.
Yeah.
Which he can do. He can launch it. But I think now the defenses are going to start adapting to that and going to start covering more. And Doug Baldwin isn't the flashiest or best wide receiver. I mean, he's not.
Neither is Tyler Lockett.
Neither is Tyler Lockett, and I'll agree with that. So that's going to hurt. I think that would hurt their passing game. And Jimmy Graham is coming off of that injury. So I think Russell Wilson's numbers are going to dip a little bit. His running, he still runs the ball. He'll still get. Let's see where they have him at about 500 yards. I think that's going to come down a little bit because that actually may go up because he's going to have to scramble a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
But with that though, he's going to get hurt. He could get hurt.
He probably will.
He-
I mean,
I-
because he's going to be under a lot of pressure,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll probably get hurt this year.
Yeah, I mean that could be someone you could really want to consider. Still draft him. I mean, he's definitely
Yeah.
draft worthy, but just have a solid backup behind him, because first couple weeks they may be iffy, and it may be a good trade bait then. Like, oh, you could sell him on the name because it's Russell Wilson, and
Yeah.
because he's slumping a little bit. Someone may want to take that chance on Russell Wilson. So just
Instead of Tom Brady.
Yeah, so just be cautious of Wilson because, like I said, he doesn't have the best wide receivers. They're solid possession receivers, but they're not
Yeah.
deep threats like Brown and Beckham and Julio
Yeah.
Jones. So rounding up or ending our top 10, I have Phillip Rivers from the San Diego Chargers at 10.
Really? Why
I
do you
do.
have him at 10?
I have him at 10 because he's very consistent. He's always throwing up 4,000 yards, 4,500 yards. He's always throwing right around 30 to 35 touchdowns. He's very consistent. He still has Antonio Gates, Keenan Allen, I believe Stevie Johnson, and Travis Benjamin came over.
Travis Benjamin.
Yeah, but a lot of people are starting to like him a little more. I like him because he's consistent. He's always going to get you 20, 25 points every week, whether they win or lose the game. And mostly, if they're losing, they're going to have to start throwing the ball a lot more. But I like
that
him.
gets them under pressure because they don't have a good running game.
That's true. Melvin Gordon is not the best runner, but he
Neither
has
is Danny Woodhead.
But he can catch the ball out of the backfield,
That is true.
which gives Rivers some more fantasy points. And that's all it's really about right now, fantasy points.
Yeah.
So I like Rivers there because he's consistent. He never goes down with injuries. He's always on the field. He's a weak number one running quarterback, so you kind of have to take that as, do I draft him as my number one, or can I get him as a backup? Especially if you get, he'd be a good 4-week filler for Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You got Tom Brady, get Phillip Rivers, cover the first 4 weeks, and
Done.
boom, and then you're gonna win your league. Who do you have at 10?
I have Jay Cutler at 10.
Ugh, Jay Cutler at 10? Man, what do you see in Jay Cutler then?
I actually changed my rankings.
Oh, he's gonna change it mid podcast. Here we go. Who do you have? Kirk Cousins.
No.
Kirk
No.
Cousins does not
No
make the
way.
cut. All right, so number 10 is no longer Jay Cutler. Who was 10?
And Andy Dalton is no longer in the top 10.
All right, well, it's too late to change that. So who's number 10 for instead of Jay Cutler?
Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston.
I think he's gonna blow it up.
He is your
He's my second blow up.
Okay, so why do you like Winston over Jay Cutler? Which actually I'd like that pick better, but continue.
I like him because he has Mike Evans, Doug Martin, their tight end. His name is hard to pronounce.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
And they have
Vincent Jackson.
I mentioned him last because he's a bust.
He is. Yeah, you think he's gonna be a bust? He'll still get you numbers.
That's 4 great receivers you have.
Yeah, and Jay Cutler has Alshon
really.
Jeffries, Kevin White, and Zach Miller.
And he has a little bit Eddie Royale.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much he's gonna do this year. So I
They
would
have
go.
about 3 receivers.
Yeah, I like that pick better than I like Winston better than Cutler.
Yeah.
I mean, I have Cutler right around between 15 and 20, and I have Winston at 12. So we're right there at the same. You have 10, I have 12. So that's a good pick right there. All right, so we did our top 10. Do you have your list of your 32 or no?
No.
Okay. Well, I guess we should just go
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. Well, think back on your list. Who do you have as your bottom 3? I think we have the same.
I know.
Go for it.
I have.
So this is going to be.
I have at
29. At 30.
At 30. I have Mark Sanchez.
Yep, that's a good.
And then I have Geno Smith.
Yep.
And then I have Sam Bradford. I'll tell you why I chose this. Because I looked at. They're pretty much all the same player except for Mark Sanchez.
He has better receivers.
Yeah, I looked at all of their receivers. I said to myself that in the prep podcast, I looked at Mark Sanchez. He has Demaryius Thomas and
Emmanuel Sanders.
And then that's better than Eric Decker and Brandon Marshall. and then Ryan, way better than Ryan Matthews, both of them.
Yep. Not Ryan Matthews, but
And Zach Ertz.
Jordan Matthews.
Jordan Matthews.
But yeah, my bottom three, kind of giving away our top 32 on our website. I have Sam Bradford. He's not a quarterback. He needs to just retire. He's done.
Know, right?
Then I had Jared Goff, only just because he's a rookie.
Only because
he's a good quarterback. He did great in college, but because he's a rookie, and his receivers aren't the best receivers, he has Tavon Austin, and that's about it.
Todd Gurley can catch though.
He
right?
definitely can catch the ball out of the backfield. That's his only saving receiver, I guess.
Yeah.
And then my last place, 32, is Geno Smith. Now, everyone thinks Ryan Fitzpatrick's coming back for the Jets. If that's true, then obviously that Jet quarterback for me is going to be bumped up closer to probably 20, right around the 20 area. But because it's Geno Smith, I have to put him last. He's worse than Sam Bradford. He's worse than Colin Kaepernick, RG3, and any of those guys.
Definitely those guys.
It's Geno Smith. I mean, Eli, you probably could quarterback better than Geno Smith. Sorry, Geno, but it's probably true. So I have him last. Even with Marshall and Decker, he's not going to get the job done. Fitzpatrick comes in. That
all changes.
That'll change everything. So that's kind of our top 10. That's our bottom 3. So let's go to our sleepers first. Who do you have for sleepers? Your top sleeper. And on the website we'll give you top 2 or 3 sleepers, but for the podcast we'll leave it suspense and just give you our top sleeper. So who do you have for a sleeper?
I have Derek Carr as a sleeper.
Derek Carr is your sleeper. Why do you think he's going to kind of go under the radar with the rounds picked and his stats?
I think he's a good backup.
Mm-hmm.
But I think his targets are great. I mean, he's got Amari Cooper, Michael Crabtree, and their tight end. I forgot his name.
Yeah, we mentioned it last week.
Yeah,
he has a cool name.
Yeah.
We'll get it, but keep going.
And I think he's gonna do good.
And he's got Murray coming out of the backfield.
He's got Murray coming out of the backfield.
He can definitely catch it.
And I think he can run too.
Yeah, and this is his 3rd year, so. Clive Walford.
Clive Walford.
And I just heard a podcast yesterday. They love Clive Walford. They have him as a sleeper because not a lot of people are looking at him. But
yeah, so does ESPN too.
Yep, he is definitely a good sleeper. But yeah, I like Derek Carr. That's a good pick for a sleeper. This is his 3rd year, still kind of running under the radar a little bit for the mock drafts and everything. So
then I have another reason why I chose him as a sleeper. Last year he was good.
Yeah. Yep, and then maybe he'll turn that on again and repeat,
sure,
if not, do a little better. All right, my sleeper is Matt Ryan. Now, Matt Ryan's career has been up and down, left and right. He's not consistent enough to be in my top 10 because I really like him a lot. But for me, this year, he's going to be the sleeper. He's got Julio Jones, blows it up.
Yeah.
Now, they brought in Mohamed Sanu. He's in contention for my sleeper this year for wide receiver. But they also have Dante Freeman coming out of the backfield, Tavon Coleman coming out of the backfield to catch the ball. They have tight end Jacoby Teamy.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's Temay or Teamy. But they also have a rookie tight end that everyone likes. But so for me, I think this year, Matt Ryan's going to get up and over the hump and just blow it up or do really well with fantasy points this year. And I think this year the Falcons will make the playoffs and maybe even win the first round.
I think they'll only go to the wild card if they do make the playoffs.
They'll get the wild card. I think they could get the wild card, but I think this year may be their breakout year with Matt Ryan to get into the second round. Not to get to the conference finals.
No way.
But I think because he always has trouble every year not winning a playoff game. So he's my sleeper.
I don't think they'll make it past the wild card.
Yeah. All right. So my bust this year is going to be Blake Bortles for the Jacksonville. I think everyone is super high up on him this year. He did great last year fantasy wise.
Yeah, he did.
Threw a lot of touchdowns. However,
he ran a lot too.
Yeah, he had about 300 yards, and he threw 35 touchdowns and 4,400 yards. But that's because it was garbage time. That means garbage time is they were down 42-0, so all they had to do was throw the ball to play catch up.
Yeah,
he got a lot of his touchdowns like that. This year, though, I think he's going to take a big step back. I think he's going to be about 3,500 to 4,000 yards passing, and right around 25 to 30 touchdowns. I just don't think he's going to have the consistency that he had last year. His receivers are okay. Allen Robinson, Allen Hurn, Julius Thomas. Their defense is better this year. So that means they're going to be in a lot closer games, which means they're going to run the ball a little bit more. And it's Jacksonville still. They're not the greatest team. They're probably going to come in last to get into the division. But I just see Blake Bortles taking a big step back again this year. Again, and I would stay away from him as far as possible. I think I'd rather take Geno. No, I take that back. Don't take Geno Smith. But I would take a big step back from Bortles. I have him between 20 and 25 in my overall rankings. So Bortles is my bust. Who do you have for a bust? Your first bust.
I have Marcus Mariota.
Marcus Mariota. That's not bad. Why do you have him?
Because of what he did last year. He did not do good last year.
Well, he was a rookie last year, so they had that.
Yeah, you can't blame. You have to accept that.
Okay.
But he didn't do good even for a rookie last year.
Okay.
And he doesn't have any good targets.
Yeah, he's got about Green Beckham. That's about it.
Doral Green Beckham, not
Odell.
Beckham.
Yeah, not related. But and yeah, he's got DeMarco Murray coming out of the backfield and Derrick Henry.
The rookie. He was a great rookie. He won the Heisman Award.
Yep. Good college. Yep. He doesn't really catch the ball, but yeah, I could see Mariota taking a step back this year and busting a little bit. I wouldn't draft him. I wouldn't even have him as a bye week filler. But that's not bad. All right, so our blow it up.
I have one more thing. I have a mixed. I'm not sure if he's a sleeper. I'm not sure if he's a bust. You can take your opinion for what I say. It's Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler. You knocked him out of your top 10. You put him into the bust / sleeper. Why is that?
Because
I remember you telling me this, so I think it's great. So what is it?
The first reason that I think he's going to be a bust is because Matt Forte left. He loved to throw to Matt Forte.
Yep.
And then also he is getting old.
Yep. He does throw a lot of picks or a lot of bad throws to begin with, but continue.
Yeah. And then why I have him as a sleeper is because of his targets. He's got good targets.
Yeah.
He's got Zach Miller. He's got Alshon Jeffrey. He's got Kevin White and Eddie Royale. Those are some good targets.
Yeah, I can see why he could be either a bust or a sleeper. So we'll call him a bleeper. A bleeper.
Or a slust.
A slust. I like bleeper better.
Yeah,
that's funnier.
bleeper.
So all right, so that's not a bad. So what do you think? Sleeper or bust? Let us know. And so now our blow it up category means he's just going to go off. He's going to throw 7,000 yards, 65 touchdowns. Sound effects and all. Eli, who is your blow-it-up quarterback?
I mentioned this earlier in the podcast. It is Ben Roethlisberger.
All right, why do you think he's going to blow it up once again?
Because he's got great receivers. He's got great receivers. I don't think they could be any better. But he's just got great receivers, and he's a great quarterback.
So about 5,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, 45 touchdowns. He's going to crush it this year. Maybe 3 or 4 rushing touchdowns, and about 30 fantasy points every year.
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's a good pick.
And then
my only concern with Big Ben is that sometimes he gets nicked up, maybe miss a game or two, which will kind of knock those stats down. But if he stays 100% healthy, he will blow it up. My blow it up quarterback also comes out on my top 10 at number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 or 7, I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Eli Manning. We mentioned him already. 3 stud wide receivers: Beckham, Cruz, Shepard, Ty,
and even
Will Ty, and Larry Donnell.
Donnell.
Wow. Shane Vereen coming out of the backfield. Paul Perkins coming out of the backfield.
Paul
Rashid
Perkins
Jennings
is a rookie.
Yeah,
he's a good handcuff.
Yeah, Rashid Jennings coming out, so he's going to be throwing the ball 7,000 times. That's all they're going to do. They're going to give him probably about 6 to 650 attempts, which means if he even completes half of them, that's 50% completion rate, which is not good, but it's better than 40%, obviously.
Yeah.
I think he's going to close to 5,000 yards. I think he's going to be right around the 40 to 45 touchdown mark. He's just going to have an amazing year. I would really put him up in maybe the MVP candidate talk. Maybe
Really?
top 5 candidate. If all goes well, he's going to just crush it this year.
Yeah.
Maybe even lead him to a 3rd Super Bowl, which would be awesome. Being a Giants fan, maybe go against your blow it up Big Ben. But Steelers.
I think that could happen.
Steelers Giants Super Bowl. That'd be.
I
bet
bet
cool.
that could happen.
That could definitely happen.
Like if Cam Newton gets injured for the playoffs.
Yeah.
That could happen.
Push the Giants right into the Super Bowl.
And they knock out the Packers. That would be their big. The Packers and the Panthers would be their biggest
competition.
fear.
Maybe the Saints.
Nah, probably not.
No. All right. So that's gonna almost do it for us. We got to wrap everything up. But first, since we didn't mention the Buffalo Bills, we still have to mention our sponsor because we love GJP and Oswego.
And because you just mentioned the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, that's right. I just did. So, guys, go out and visit Larry at GJP and Oswego. He loves making pizzas. He loves making those wings. They have awesome chicken pizza, chicken bacon ranch, buffalo chicken, barbecue chicken, chicken marsala, chicken riggy.
Today's chicken talk.
Today is chicken pizza talk. Chicken teriyaki. You name it, he'll put it on the chicken, put it on the pizza for you. All his chicken pizzas are great. He is not a chicken though. He will stand up. No.
Yeah.
So go out, check out Larry at GJP in Oswego. You can see him on their website, gjposwego.com. Call him up at 207-1000. Their email is gjposwego@gmail.com. Facebook, same thing, GJP Oswego. Check out Larry and the guys. Also,
at the J.C. Penney Plaza.
In Oswego, that's right. If you mention this podcast, he will give you a free slice of cheese pizza and a fountain drink. You got to love that deal right there. So do that.
That's a great deal.
On our front, you can check out our podcast on YouTube at Tyler and Eli Fantasy Football Tips. You can now check us out on our website at Tyler and Eli Fantasy Football Tips.blogspot.com. And you can email us at
Tyler and Eli FFTips@gmail.com.
That's right. And on our Twitter page, my Twitter page, Tyler Boloski. We're working on a Twitter page, maybe for next week. We'll see what happens. But any final comments?
Not really.
Not really. 3 weeks in a row, no final comments.
Well, last week I think I did.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't really know either. My final comment is check out our website. We rank all 32 starting quarterbacks. And that's it. That's all I have for you.
That's really it.
Questions and comments, please send them our way.
And concerns.
Next week, we're going to be doing our top 10 running backs and our top 32 starting running backs. Also, next week, we're going to have a special guest to talk about our running backs, and when we reveal that next week, we'll keep it on the down low.
It's a secret.
It's a secret, but I think you're going to enjoy our guest next week. Yeah. So, for me, Tyler Boloski, and
Eli Boloski.
We will see you guys next week.
See ya.